Hey, what's up, guys? Cody here from Epic. Today's song is He's a Pirate from the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. So Pirates of the Caribbean, cool movie, awesome song. It is a bit of a trickier one though. So if you haven't already, make sure you go watch the videos before this one. Make sure you got those songs now before you try tackling this one. This one's going to be aimed towards more of you intermediate type of players. So those guys up to book 2 already. So if you're only on book 1, feel free to give this a go. But don't get too demotivated if you're finding it very hard, because it is definitely trickier than the stuff that I've put up so far. I'm going to put a little picture up here showing you guys, but on the YouTube video that I'm going to link in the description for the backing track, what you can actually do is slow down the song. So 0.75 is 3/4 speed and 0.5 is half speed. So I'd highly recommend when you're learning the song, just to play it along at a slower speed. It might make the audio go a little bit funny, but the song will stay the same, and then it doesn't change the pitch or anything. Alright, so because this song's a bit trickier, guys, we're going to split the song up into 3 different riffs, okay? So what I want you to do is, after each section of the video, I want you to pause the video and practice that part until moving on to the next part. We want to be able to play each part well before we try putting it together, which we will do at the end. Okay, so also for the song, guys, I want us to stick to the 1 finger per fret rule. Okay, so every time we play the 5th fret, I want us to use our 1st finger. Every time we play the 6th fret, I want us to use our 2nd finger. Every time we play the 7th fret, I want us to use our 3rd finger. And every time we play the 8th fret, I want us to use our pinky, regardless of what string we're playing on, okay? So that's going to be really important for going forwards in guitar. So we want to make sure that we're doing it with the song, as it will make it a lot easier. A lot of you might find that some fingers are weaker than the others. That's completely normal, but it will help you in the long run. Cool, guys. All right, so the first part, we're going to want to play the 7th fret of the D string. So remember, every time we play the 7th fret, I want us to use our 3rd finger. Okay, so 3rd finger, 7th fret of the D string. Cool. Alright, and then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to move up a string and play the 5th fret of the G string. So that's with our 1st finger. And then we're going to want to play the 7th fret of the G string twice. So it sounds like this. Cool. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to play that 7 again on the G string. And then we're going to move up to the B string, 5th fret of B string, then the 6th fret of B string twice. So that part's like, alright, so together that sounds like this. Cool. And then for the last part, we're going to want to go 6th fret. So we're staying on the 6th fret. And then we're going to go 6, then 8. So with our pinky finger all on the B string. And then back to 5 with the B string. I'm going to hit that twice. And then we're going to back down to the G string and go 7, 5, 7. Cool. So played slowly, this whole part sounds like this. Cool, one more time. Notice a bit of a pattern. Cool. Alright, so that actually plays through twice. So that is actually the whole first half of this piece that I'm teaching you. So I want you guys to practice that part and then move on to the next half. Next part, so the second part that we're going to be doing, it starts off the exact same. So we've got, which is our 7-5-7-7 from the first section that we learned. And then instead we're going to go 7-6-8-8. Okay, so 7 of G, then 6 of B, then 8 twice of B. So if you guys remember in the first section, it goes like this. This part goes. So nice and slowly, we've got 7, 5, 7, 7, 7, 6, 8, 8. So one more time. 7, 5, 7, 7, 7, 6, 8, 8. Alright, now where we left off, we're going to hit the 8 one more time. And then for the first time, we're going to move right up to the high E string, okay? And we're going to go 5, 6, 6, then 5. Now this is the tricky part. We're going to go 8 on the B string, back to 5 on the high E string, and then 7 on the G string. Okay, so that's the hardest part of the whole song. So this last section sounds like that. So there's quite a big jump in there. Alright, so the whole second section sounds like this. Awesome, guys. So if you made it this far, you're doing so well. We're on to the last section now. Okay, so this last section is slightly different again. So we're going to start with the 7th fret of the G string. And then we're going to go 6th fret of B. And then 8th fret of B twice. Cool. And then we're going to go up to the high E string. And then we're going to go 5, 6. Then we're going to jump back down to the 7th fret of G. Okay, so that part goes like this. So one more time. Alright, now the very last part. So we're going to continue where we left off, and we're going to go 7th fret of G. Now this time we're going to go 6th fret of B again. And then we're going to go 5, 5 of B. And then we're going to finish with 7, 5, 7 on the G string. So the second half of that goes like this. Cool. So the third section in full sounds like this. Cool. So now that we've got each section sounding good, let's try put it all together, okay? So remember, part 1 goes through twice, and then part 2 goes through once, and then part 3 goes through once, okay? So it's 1, 1, 2, 3, okay? So let's try it all together nice and slow. So this is part 1. Alright, and then part 1 again. Now we're on to part 2. Part 3. Awesome job, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, this is a trickier song, so make sure you're making use of slowing down the backing track and playing each part by themselves separately until you get that part perfect, then moving on to the next part, and then finally at the end is when I want you to put it all together. When you put it all together, make sure you start off playing it slow, and then from there you can slowly build up the tempo, okay? But remember, it's all about playing it clean. We want it to sound right before we start playing it faster. The speed will come the more you practice the song, but definitely don't try to play it too fast right off the bat, because yeah, it is a tricky one. Awesome, guys. See you next week.